I don't want them to forget about hypocrisy, okay? I don't want them to forget about hypocrisy. But, Donald Trump was asked about Jeffrey Epstein, and when he was asked, he said, Jeffrey likes him young. Well, how did the president know that? How did he know that Jeffrey Epstein likes him young? Perhaps some people are saying he was there.
Does anyone else wish to speak on the Goldman Amendment? Mr. Moskowitz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, just to reiterate the point, but I rather than my words or my opinion, I think I'm going to quote Senator Ted Cruz, who the chairman appeared on his podcast. And in fact, just to remind the chairman of Ted's own advice to the chairman, I made a board for you, Mr. Chairman. You were on the show with Ted Cruz, in which Ted Cruz said to you, I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice. Now, by the way, Ted Cruz, right, clerked at the Supreme Court. He knows the Constitution pretty well. But you guys know who Ted Cruz is, right? He's run for president a couple times. So Ted Cruz said to you, Mr. Chairman, you should have Hunter Biden in a public hearing. He actually said his advice to you is just have him in a public hearing. And again, I go back to what is the majority so concerned, or to use some of the words of my colleagues, afraid to have Hunter Biden sit at this desk? Mr. Chairman, you control the rules. You could give everybody 10 minutes. You could give everybody 15 minutes. You could give everybody 20 minutes. You could give your side as much time. We could go on for days here, quite frankly, because, again, you control the rules, as you just showed. But the one difference that you guys object to is you object to those. You object to the cameras because you don't want the American people to hear the answers. No, you want to take the transcript and release it 6 months after you've gone out and lied about what has happened. And so, again, because the gentle lady from Georgia, I know is such an advocate for women's rights, as she mentioned, and is so concerned about grooming, and apparently we don't have any standards here anymore. Again, I just want to remind my colleagues, because, I don't want them to forget about hypocrisy, okay? I don't want them to forget about hypocrisy. But, Donald Trump was asked about Jeffrey Epstein, and when he was asked, he said, Jeffrey likes him young. Well, how did the president know that? I bring this up not to make jest. I bring it
Point
up,
of order, Mr. Chairman.
I bring it up. I thought we weren't going to interrupt.
We're going to stop the clock. We did this with Ms.
Okay.
Green. State your point.
Yeah, I'm just curious about the impugning of the former president's character. That
I don't have to do that. He does that himself.
Have we basically thrown that rule out? I'm just curious, or are we going to follow that rule?
Would you accept a pornographic photo?
Of Bill Clinton?
Yeah, we suspended the rule to the current president, but we didn't suspend it to the former president.
Oh, by the way, please, so you're making the point that we can disparage Joe
right.
Biden, but not Donald Trump. Please make that point to the American people. Please.
And
Bill Clinton's not running for office.
that's my point
All
of
right.
order, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
I'll wrap it up.
suspended the rule on the disparaging the current president because this is a contempt proceeding with the Biden. So he's part of the investigation.
But the rule remains in place for all prior presidents,
I
including.
would say that, but in all honesty, they've broken the rule many times today.
Mr.
Okay.
Chairman, it doesn't apply to prior presidents.
It does not apply to former.
Okay,
All right,
very good. Thank you.
Listen, I won't talk about the photo and the 11 of them and the fact that he was on the plane and on the island anymore. What I will point out is the hypocrisy of today. The hypocrisy of today is you want to hold you guys break the rules by not complying with subpoenas in the last Congress, and now you're shocked. You can't believe after you broke all of that now it doesn't work. You come up here and talk about Hunter Biden's behavior, and you're so disgusted. But the guy that you all kneel to okay, associates himself with a pedophile. But remember, I get
Mr.
it.
Chairman,
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, that should be
Is-
stricken.
I ask his words taken
A
down.
statement
That
of a
should be
fact, and it's his
stricken.
time.
It's
Mr.
a
Chairman.
fact.
There's,
I ask his words to be taken
okay,
down.
there's a motion to take strike the words.
Yeah.
Yes.
On
Mr.
what
Chairman.
grounds? On what grounds?
To say that we associate with pedophiles.
No, no, he was referring to
and
Donald
the
Trump.
man-
No, I said
the
Donald
man
Trump
just
associate.
said that we all kneel. I kneel to Christ. I stand for the flag. And if
Support?
you're concerned about
I'll
pornography
change my-
being
I'll
shown
change
in
my word
public,
to support,
Mr.
Mr.
Ranking Member, you might look to
No,
the
fair
library
point. No,
content
okay.
that your people
So
support.
you're referring to the kneel down. Donald Trump said that
I
someone
moved for
took the
his
knee.
words to be taken down.
And I think he withdrew
It's a
that.
motion.
I withdraw my
He
kneel.
withdrew
I
it. He withdrew that. That'll be taken
We,
from
we
the
have to accept him withdrawing it.
All right.
Accepted.
Everybody good? That's going to be taken
Word
from the record.
withdrawn.
Okay,
Accept.
I withdraw the kneel down. I'll use
right.
the word very much support. We okay with that? No snowflakes offended? Okay, wonderful. Anyway, back to the point, Mr. Chairman, is that I just think the American people are tired of the hypocrisy, right? They're just tired of it. Because what they've recognized is when Donald Trump does something, it's just fine. But when someone else does it, it's a crime. Time and time again. What, you think the Chinese stayed at his hotel because they didn't have another choice? You think he wanted to have the G7 at Doral because Doral is the best property in America? Come on, you guys are smarter than this. You know he was trying to make himself rich, but when Donald Trump does it, when Donald Trump does it, when Donald Trump does it, it's just fine. But when a private citizen you claim does it, it's a crime. You guys don't have any credibility. You might have credibility on the Charlie Kirk show, but you don't have any credibility with the American people anymore. You just don't. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Chair recognizes Mr. Burchett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd ask for the last word to be stricken.
I want to just take this opportunity to address some of the chairman's evidentiary allegations that you made earlier today. First, I would just note that we keep hearing this over and over and over again, that Donald Trump had a business, Donald Trump had real estate, Donald Trump sold widgets or whatever it is. Obviously, there are many different ways of investing or spending money or getting paid for services or for simply putting capital into another company. So I don't know what these investments were that Hunter Biden and Devon Archer and these other folks were involved in. Devon Archer testified that it was private equity. That's a legitimate form of business to invest capital in other companies.
Don't you believe we should get that question under oath?
You got it under oath from Devon Archer, sir. In any event, let's go back to I think the fourth bank memorandum is what you pointed me to earlier today, because you alleged, Mr. Chairman, that there is money that went directly from CEFC, a Chinese company, to Hunter Biden, then to Joe Biden in $40,000.
Through the shells, yes.
Oh, through the shells, you didn't say that. That you didn't say. So I went back.
Well, you've had a hard time understanding what a shell company is, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, you would know, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.